Just 5 minutes ago, an event happened in Caucasia that could turn over the minds of millions of people. The Minister of Defense of the Russian Federation Andrei Rimovich Belosov made a sudden visit to a long-forgotten military base lost in the vastness of the Sayan Mountains. His appearance was so unexpected, without any preceding announcements, and, more importantly, without any announcements, that what was found there became truly fateful for him. And the main question that torments many is why the girl who wrote the letter to Belosov herself burst into tears when he arrived at the airfield. Believe me, no one could have predicted such a turn of events. While you are listening to our story, share in the comments from which city you are following us. Do not forget to like and subscribe to the Moment of Glory channel. Here we reveal the truth that is usually hidden from the eyes of viewers. Andrei Rimovich Belosov has always been different in rare accuracy in everything. He was rarely interested in empty conversations, unnecessary gestures, or fleeting reflections. In his appearance, clearly outlined cheekbones, which seemed to be cut out of durable marble, and piercing gray eyes, which could instantly recognize any falsehood, stood out. He wore his uniform not to impress, but because it was the second skin for him, with stripes as if forever ingrained in his shoulders. His morning routine was unchanged. Black tea brewed with exceptional precision, inattentive viewing of adverts, and absolute silence. He valued silence no less than strategic superiority on the battlefield. Working hours had not yet taken off on their endless run, and Belosov was already standing by the window, watching the life boiling down. People were in a hurry on their business. Cars smoothly flowed along the streets. Moscow was awakened by a dance to a new day. In his hand was a thin envelope without a brand and address, only a large even inscription read, Minister of Defense personally. He carefully opened it with a penknife, which he carefully stored during his urgent duty. Inside was a sheet of paper with uneven edges and slightly smeared ink, as if the writer was in a hurry or was in a state of strong excitement. If you want to understand why we are still on guard, come to the Ustkara base in Caucasian Science. Come alone, without a cartel and without any information noise. My brother serves there. He is not a hero, he just remained a man. Perhaps you should see it, Yernika. This letter was not just a request, but an invitation. He read it twice, then again and, to his own surprise, said out loud, "We are preparing for departure." The route was agreed only with the personal driver and assistant. Not a single journalist, not a single representative of official structures, even a press secretary, were informed of his plans. This was not a usual PR campaign, it was something completely different. And he himself did not yet fully understand what it was. The Mi-26 helicopter softly landed on the helicopter platform of a small garrison scattered in the valley between two flat ditches. The Ustkara base did not belong to those objects that are customarily demonstrated by official delegations. Everything was real here. The slum and barracks, sturdy smell of machine oil and wet clay, the hoarse voice of the radio, the ever-eating slug bound at the entrance. Built in the mid-80s of the last century, it has practically not changed, except that the flag above the base was fresher, brighter and looked completely new. While the blades of the helicopter slowed down their powerful roar, a small group of officers gathered on the site. The senior among them, a colonel in a shabby T-shirt with a patch on his elbow, confidently approached, as if not believing his eyes. He asked, suffering, realizing what he had seen. Belosov put on his gloves, took a leather folder in his hands and barely nodded. And it was right, it was not an ordinary inspection, but a personal case. The colonel was called Shamanov. His face resembled the face of a tractor driver from a remote Siberian village more than the appearance of an officer of the headquarters. Wide, rough, with deep wrinkles, his face looked like the face of a tractor driver from a remote Siberian village, the appearance of an officer of the headquarters. Wide, rough, with deep wrinkles, his face looked like the face of a tractor driver from his own natural camouflage. It was warm inside, it smelled of dust, worn-out veins and something else indescribable. Either the smell of a soldering lamp, or the aroma of freshly baked pies. There are 26 conscript soldiers, 9 military personnel under contract and 4 officers. Shaman reported, "We are working as we can. The equipment is old, but in working condition. People are alive, that's the main thing." Belosov silently nodded. His gaze was clinging neither to the equipment, nor to the maps on the wall, nor to the monitors on which the old T-72 tanks flashed with green dots. He looked at the people. Big, tired, with shadows under their eyes. Some with undressed faces, others with barely noticeable scars on their cheeks. But no one looked away. "Where is Nika?" The colonel nodded in surprise. "A girl who wrote a letter. Her name is Nika, she writes about her brother. Not a hero, but a person. I need to find him." The barracks was only 20 steps away from the headquarters. It was an ordinary brick barrack, white and white, with tiny windows, as if cut with a fist. There, Belousov entered without a preliminary notification. Soldiers who were sitting, who were reading, who were cleaning the machine, jumped on the team. He said, and their eyes widened in surprise. "I need one of you. His name is Platon, the surname is Dyakov." "Who is he?" In the front row, a guy slowly rose, not tall and skinny, with a clearly outlined chin and light freckles on his face. His eyes were like river water, neither blue, nor gray, nor green, but those in which one could drown. "I am a comrade minister. Are you a brother of Nika?" He nodded. His fingers clenched his fist, but there was no fear in him. There was no tremor, no attempt to hide. "What did she write?" "That you remained a man, and I am a fool." Hanged in the air, but it was not tense, but rather full of respect. "You have time. Show me your part." They walked along the territory of the base together. The wind rattled the snowy peaks of the mountains. But a still reigned below in the valley. Plato did not show warehouses or construction plans, he showed people. One who writes letters to his mother every evening, even if he does not send them, another who fixes old radios just to talk to the rear, where his girlfriend serves. He showed Belousov an improvised gym, arranged from tires. A corner where the guys cut out figures from the tree and a wall hung with letters of those who never returned. "We are not heroes, we just try not to be cruel." And at this moment Belousov realized that this was the meaning of the letter. He came not to look for a hero, but to see how heroism looks out of shape, out of medals, out of titles. He saw him in this guy. In his tired eyes, in his sister, who still believed that kindness was important. In the evening, the base seemed to have thrown off its strict Chanel. Where in the afternoon the boots were knocking and the teams were giving out, now there was barely a catchable buzz of electricity and the aroma of dinner fluttered. Buckwheat, stew, sauerkraut. Andrei Removich did not leave. He did not wish to return to the prepared caravan house, did not require a hotel in the nearest Paradise Center. He stayed in the barracks. In the empty room of the shooting range, next to the warehouse.